My name's Michelle and I'll be taking you through a 45-minute Pilates class this morning. If you've got issues in the shoulders, make sure that you don't take your arms out too far to the side. Same with if you've got hip issues, you don't want to make any leg circles too big. Just keep it all safe for your body. We're going to start off with nice and easy exercises and we'll progress through a couple of different levels for each of the exercises. So keep it safe for you. If you need a break at any time, feel free to take a break. I'll give some different options along the way and just remind you for different things, for different issues in your body as well. We will get started for me, guys. Equal pressure through all 10 toes for me, guys. Legs are nicely stacked underneath your body. Just starting with some shoulder rolls. Bring the shoulders up, over and around. Big breath in through the nose and a breath out through the mouth. 2 more shoulder rolls, up and over. And now we reverse your shoulder rolls. There are 4. 3 more. Last 2. Last one for me, guys. As you roll the shoulders up and over, tuck the chin to the chest, navel pulls in, and let's roll down. Slowly rolling and articulating through the spine. Head hangs, arms might touch the floor. Breath in at the bottom, breath out, press through the heels, scoop the tummy. We roll all the way back up to standing tall. At the top for me, guys, bring the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Big breath in at the top and a breath out. Bring the arms down, chin to chest, navel pulls in, knees are soft. Let's roll it back down. Hands, arms, relax down on the mat. Big breath in again and a breath out. Press through the heels, scoop the tummy and roll and restack. At the top again, we add an arm float and a calf raise, lifting up onto the balls of the feet. Breath in at the top, and a breath out, we bring it down, chin to chest, roll it down one last time. Rolling and articulating down. Breath in at the bottom, breath out, roll and restack for me, guys. At the top again, let's go for a shoulder roll, a calf raise and an arm float. Lifting both arms, lifting both heels. Breath in at the top, breath out. We bring everything back down for me, guys. Lovely work. Coming down onto all fours for me, please. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, long through the spine to begin with. Elbows are soft. Be really interested in the floor for me, guys. I need the eyes to look straight down to the floor, looking at your fingertips or just in front of. Draw the tummy in, lengthen through the spine, melt the shoulders into your back pocket, and then when you're ready, left hand slides out, lengthen and reach the arm long. Breath in at the top, breath out to bring the hand down, back to where it started. Little shift of weight, navel pulls in, and slide the right arm up, long and through. Breath in at the top, and a breath out to bring it back down. So let's continue with the arms. Breath in as the left arm slides out, long and through. Breath out to bring it back down. So aiming to bring the arms up to parallel to the floor. If it is not comfortable for your shoulders to lift the arms as high, you might just slide and just barely lift off the floor, and that's fine as well. Let's go for 3 more. There's a breath in as you float and a breath out to bring it down. Last 2. And back down. 1 more here. Beautiful work. Keeping both hands on the floor. Hands, elbows, shoulders are one long straight line. Narrowing the waist as you breathe in. Sliding the left leg out along your mat. Squeeze the bottom. Can you float the leg? Bring the leg back down. Lovely little shift of weight, and when you're ready, a breath in, you slide the right leg out, squeezing the glutes to lengthen and float that right leg, and bringing the leg back home for me, guys. Alternating left and right again. Left leg slides out. So I always like to think there's a glass of water on my head. You don't want to let the water spill. Cup of coffee on your shoulders. Keep the shoulders nice and broad, so you don't want to feel like you're rounding through the shoulder blades. Glass of champagne might rest on your hips. Not spilling any of those drinks. Slowly sliding one leg at a time out and slowly bringing it all the way back home. Again, there are 3 more. Breath in, the right leg slides out. He comes back home. Breath in, the left leg slides out. Bring it back down. Alrighty, 2 more to go for me, guys. Sliding the right leg out. Bring it back home. Last one here, left leg slides. Squeeze the glute and then bring it back home. We've got opposite arm and leg for me now, yeah? Left arm, right leg go long and bring it back down. Little shift of weight. Right arm, left leg go long and bring it back down. So a big breath in as you extend and a breath out to bring it back home. Thinking about those drinks that might rest on your shoulders, on your head and on your hips, keeping everything as stable as you can. We have 4. There are 3. Last 2. One more here for me. Keeping that right arm and left leg long. Lengthen that right arm a little further out. Lengthen the left leg a little further again. Keep that left leg pointed and lower the left leg down to tap and a breath out to float. Breath in, you lower the toe, it taps the floor. Breath out, you float the left leg up. Breath in to lower, breath out to float. There are 7 more. You have 6. That left hand on the floor stays relaxed. Right arm feels as long as you can make it feel. Last 3. You have 2. Last one here. And bring the arm and leg back down to the mat. A little adjustment if you need. And going long with the left arm, right leg. Hold that position there. Lengthen the arm a little further out. Lengthen the leg a little further behind. Keep that right toe pointed and lowering the toes down to tap the floor. And a breath out, you float. In to lower and out to float. Lengthening that left arm, reach the far wall. Hips stay nice and stable. Shoulders melt into your back pocket. Elbow on that right side feels soft. Don't lock it out. Let's go for 3 more. There are 2. Last one. Lovely. Bring the arm and leg back down. Push the bottom back to the heels. Go into a little child's pose. Head relaxes on the floor. Hold here for 2 breaths. Big breath in and a big breath out. Last big breath in and out. Perfect for me, guys. Coming up, we're going to lie you down on your side. So we're going to lie down on the right hand side for me, please. So hands are going to be on the ears and the elbows are going to be in front of your nose. So hands on the ears, knee above knee. You are on the right hand side. Elbows are in front of the nose. Your torso feels nice and long. The side on the mat feels lifted. It's like you've got a little house for the mouse, a little tunnel underneath the right side. Squeeze the knees together and a big breath in. You follow the left elbow up and over to look to the wall behind, and a breath out, you bring it back home. Again, a big breath in. You follow the left elbow to look to the wall behind you, and a breath out, you bring it back home. We've got 3 more here, 3 more elbow clams, and you bring it back home. A breath in, your knees and hips push in opposition to the elbow and the torso. A breath out to bring it back home. Last one here, big breath in and a big breath out.
Perfect. Keeping the head relaxed on the floor. If you feel you need a little cushion under the head, you could grab a towel, roll up your mat, but something just to lift the head a little higher. Hands one on top of the other. Left hand is on top of the right. Knees are still bent. Breath in. Can you press forward with the left hand? And as you breathe out, slide the left hand over the right, bending the elbow, opening up through that left arm to look to the wall behind. Breath in and out. You bend the elbow, slide that left hand back the way it came. We've got 3 more bow and arrows here for me, guys. Let the shoulder melt into your back pocket. Don't let the shoulder shrug up to your ears. Breath in and out. Bring the hand back home. 2 more here. Knees still glued together. Knees still relaxed on the floor as you open to look to the wall behind. Bring it back home. 1 more bow and arrow here for me, please. Now, if you have shoulder issues, any impingement issues at all, stay with either the bow and arrow or your elbow clams. But otherwise, if your shoulders are happy and healthy, reaching forward with the left hand. Left hand stays on the floor as you circle the arm around the head. Keeping the fingers on the floor, let the palm face the ceiling. Keep sliding the fingers along the floor. Hand comes up and over the hips for our circles. 2 more circles here. If the hand wants to lift off the floor, you might just hang there and breathe and enjoy the stretch through your chest. But otherwise, if the fingers stay on the floor, circling the arms all the way up and around. 1 more circle here. Big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Perfect work for me, guys. And bring the hand back up and over. Right arm now would love to extend. Head relaxes on that bicep. If that particular position isn't comfortable for shoulders, feel free to tuck the elbow in front and just relax the head on the hand. But you want to stay long through the torso. Side on the mat stays lifted. Top rib and hip feel long. I always like to keep my hand on that top hip, so my left hand is on the left hip, keeping that hip to press down. Squeeze your heels together. You open and close your clam. There's a breath in and a breath out. Navel pulls in, navel pulls a little deeper. So each time you open the clam, you would like to squeeze those heels just a little stronger, just a little harder together. I always like to think $100 bill between my heels, and you don't want to let it go. Squeeze the heels as you open and close. Hips stay nicely stacked, trying not to roll forward and back through the torso. Last clam here. Perfect. Same, but slightly different for me, guys. Float the heels away from the floor. The knees are still down. Squeeze the heels together as you open and close your clam again. So the left knee floats up and the left knee comes back down. There's a breath in and a breath out. Always squeezing those heels together, trying to find a little warmth, a little work through the back of the hips, through the top of your glutes. Pelvis stays nice and stable. You have 3 more here. Last 2. Last 1. Perfect. Relax the feet back down. Can you open the clam? Keeping the knee where it is. Don't let it drop any lower. Don't let it lift any higher. Point the left toe as you kick that left leg out. Flex the left foot. Bring the heel diagonally back down to the right heel. And then we close the clam. So breath in, you will open. Breath out, you will extend. Breath in, you flex and pull back. Breath out, you bring it home. Think glute, outer thigh needs to open the clam. Quad, top of the leg needs to extend. Hamstring needs to pull back. Inner thighs, the adductors need to close. There's a breath in and a breath out. Breath in and a breath out. So each part of the leg gets to do a specific action, yeah? Really focus on what has to work for us. Outside of the leg, top of the leg, back of the leg, and inner thigh. 2 more here. Breath in, you open. Breath out, you extend. Breath in and a breath out. 1 more here. We open, we lengthen, we bring it back, we close it down. Can you float the top leg for me, guys? Keeping the leg bent at the knee. Can you circle that top leg? You've got 6 circles. There are 5. Again, being mindful as to where the pelvis is in space. 3 to go. Last 2. Last 1. Reverse your circles for me, guys. Back up and around. There are 6. There are 5. 4 to go. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Place the left leg on top of the right. Lengthen both legs out long. The toes are in line or just next to the front corner of your mat. The torso is still nice and long. Side on the mat still feels lifted. So the legs are slightly forward of your body. Squeeze those feet together. Left hand can be on the mat in front of your tummy. Left hand can be on your thigh, relaxing, yeah? Your choice where the hand is. But squeeze those legs together. Draw the tummy in. Breath in, can you float both legs together? Breath out, you bring it back down. Breath in, you will float. Breath out, you will lower. So navel pulls in. Navel pulls a little deeper. Left shoulder melts into your back pocket and stays relaxed. Side on the mat, that right side feels lifted. You don't want to compress into the right side. 5 to go. 4 more. 3. Last 2. Last one here, floating both legs together. Find the length in those legs for me, guys. Lengthen those legs a little longer, keeping that left leg where he is. Don't let him lower to the floor, but the right leg's going to lower. Tap the floor. Right leg lifts back up to tap the left leg. Breath in to lower the right leg. Breath out to float the right leg. Again, the torso stays nice and stable for me, guys. The only movement really should be in that right leg. We lower and lift. Side on the mat stays lifted. Don't let that oblique melt into the mat. You have 4. You have 3. Lovely. 2. Last 1. Suction cup those legs together again. Feel a little longer out of the hips. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. Last breath in and out. Bring the legs down for me, guys. Bending both knees, coming up onto the elbow. A little side plank coming our way. We're going to start on the knees for me, guys. That right elbow needs to be directly underneath the right shoulder. And you don't want to melt into the right shoulder. You want to stay lifted and pressing down. So the force of energy comes down that arm through to that right elbow. You can have the hand like you're holding a hammer. You can have the hand flat on the floor. Your choice. It's whatever feels more comfortable. You can keep it here with the hips on the mat. The legs are out at about 45 degrees to the knees, and then you're bent at the knees. Draw the tummy in deep. Shoulder melts, pressing the weight down through the elbow. Big breath in and a big breath out. So level 1, we keep the hips here on the floor. Level 2, if you choose to come up with me, a breath out, lifting the hips away from the mat. Beautiful work. Level 3, if you choose to come along with me, guys, left leg extends and points, it attaches to the floor. And if you'd like, you float that left leg. Lengthen the left leg to the far wall, pressing down through that right elbow. Draw the tummy in deep. Hold for 4. Hold for 3. You have 2. Last breath in and out. And bring the leg down. Fold that left leg in and relax the hips onto the mat. Let's flip you over. Let's do the same on the other side for me, guys. So So lying on the left hand side. Side on the mat stays lifted. Hands are on the ears. We start with our elbow clams again. Staying long through the torso. Knees are bent and stacked. Can you breathe in and follow the right elbow to look to the wall behind you? Breathe out to bring it back home. Breath in, you rotate. And a breath out to bring it back for me, guys. 3 more here, knees and hips push in opposition to the elbow and the torso. 2 to go. Breath in as you open. And a breath out to close. Keep the knees heavy on the mat. Last elbow clam. And you bring it back to center for me, guys. Again, if you need a cushion, if you need to lift the head, you could roll the mat up to form a little cushion. Place your jumper under your head or a little cushion as well. Hands, right hand is on top of the left. Arms are extended, yeah? Breath in, you press the right arm forward. Breath out, slide the right arm over the left, bending the elbow. Turn to look to the wall behind. Breath in and out, fold the elbow down and sliding back the way you came. We've got 4 bow and arrows, so there are 3 more here. Breath in and out, you bring it back. Lovely, 2 more. Pressing forward with the right hand, sliding the right hand over the left, bending the elbow, turning the torso. Knees and hips always stay anchored on the floor. Last bow and arrow, guys. Again, if you've got shoulder issues, feel free to stay with either this bow and arrow or go back to the elbow clam. If shoulders are happy and healthy, fingers stay on the floor as we circle the right arm around the head. Turn the palm to face the ceiling. Keep the fingers on the floor as you circle that arm all the way around the torso, up and over the hips. 2 more circles, guys. Again, if the fingers lift away from the mat, just hang there and breathe. Enjoy the stretch you might find. 1 more here for me, guys. Breath in for half the circle. Breath out to complete your circle. And then a little adjustment as to where we are in space. Left arm will extend. Head relaxes on that bicep, or again, if you need, you can tuck that hand under the ear. Both options work. Knees are bent, legs are stacked, side on the mat stays lifted, and the top rib and hip feel long. So you want to lengthen that that right hip down towards the far wall. So my right hand is on the hip, staying lifted through that left side on the mat. Squeeze those heels together. We open and close your clam. Breath in, you open. Breath out, you close. Draw the tummy in. Draw it in a little deeper. So we did 10 clams on the first side. So we are 5 clams into the second side. You have 5 more here. Squeezing those heels together, holding on to that $100 bill between your heels. The more we squeeze, the more you might find those glutes. 2 more here. Lovely. Last one here. Keep the knees together and relaxed on the mat. We float the heels together up away from the mat. Again, squeeze the heels as you open and close your clam. Breath in and a breath out. Side on the mat stays lifted. Shoulders melt into your back pocket. Navel pulls in deep. Heels squeezing together. Lovely. 4 more here. 3 to go. Last 2. And 1. Perfect. Relax the heels back down. Can you open the clam? Can you point the right toe? Kick that leg out on an angle. Flex the right foot. Bring the heel down, back on the angle, and then closing the clam back down. Breath in, you open. Breath out, you point and extend. Flex and pull back down, and then closing the clam. So outer thigh and glute need to open. Top of the leg, the quad needs to kick. Flex the foot, the hamstring will bring the leg back. Inner thigh, adductor brings it back down. There's a breath in and a breath out. Breath in and a breath out. We've got 4 more here. Lovely work. Shoulders melt. Torso stays nice and stable. Side on the mat stays lifted. We kick the leg out, flex and pull back, bring it back down. Last one here. Kick it out, flex and pull back, bring it back down. Can you open the clam? Can you float the foot? We have circles. We go up and over the heel 4, 6, 4, 5. Again, the pelvis stays nice and stable. The movement happens just within that hip socket. Last 2. Last 1. Reversing your circles. Bring it back down and under the bridge. There's 2 circles. Slow and controlled. You've got 3. 2 more. 1 more. And relax that leg back down. Perfect work for me, guys. Extending those legs out long. Toes are pointing towards that outside corner in front of your mat. Side on the mat stays lifted. Right hand can relax in front of the torso on the floor, or he can relax on the thigh, your choice. But suction cup those legs together. Draw the tummy in nice and deep. Keep the side on the mat lifted. A breath to float and bring the legs back down. A breath in and a breath out. Shoulders melt into the back pocket. So if you're feeling a little stiff, a little sore through the neck or shoulders, you might just be lifting a little too high. So you want to feel more length through the legs as opposed to height at that point to stop the neck and shoulders helping with the movement. Side on the mat stays lifted. There are 4. You have 3. Last 2. Last 1. Float those legs. Top leg, the right leg stays where he is. He's parallel to the floor. Bottom leg, left leg lowers and then lifts. Breath in to lower the left leg. Breath out to float the left leg. We lower and lift. So it's not just the ankle lowering and lifting for me, guys. You want to find that inner thigh, drawing that leg up towards the top leg. Top leg stays where he is. He doesn't go anywhere. Beautiful work. 4 more now. There are 3. You have 2. And 1. Keep the legs suction cupped together. Lengthen the legs long to the far wall. Draw the tummy in a little deeper. Keep the shoulders out of the picture. Hold it here for 3. Hold it here for 2. Last breath in and out. And relax the legs back down. Folding those knees. So we've got a nice bend in the knees. Legs are nicely stacked. We have our side plank coming our way. Elbow, the left elbow is down on the floor. Shoulder is directly above that elbow. Hand can be flat on the floor or as if you're holding a hammer. It's again what feels comfortable for the body. So level 1, draw the tummy in. Keep the spine nice and long and hold this position. So if we need to make it a little easier on neck and shoulders if they're getting tired, yeah? Can you look down to the elbow? If you're happy with what's happening through the body, you could look straight ahead towards me. Lifting the hips if you'd like to bring it up onto level 2. If you'd like a little more challenge, turning the head to look up to the ceiling, keeping the torso nice and long. And again, one more challenge, guys. Lengthen out that right leg. Toe points and is relaxed on the mat. So looking to the ceiling, a little harder than looking forward, which again is a little harder than looking straight down to the mat. On the next breath out, if you can you float that right leg and we hold. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more breaths in and out. Last breath here. And bring the leg down, fold the leg in, lower the hips, and we are done with our side planks for me, guys. Sitting on your bottoms for me, guys. Legs are long and the legs are parallel. Legs can be suction cupped together as well. Toes point straight up to the ceiling, arms are long and parallel to the floor. Can you breathe in and feel a little taller through the spine? And as you breathe out, tuck the chin to the chest, navel pulls in, and reach forward for the toes. Arms stay parallel to the floor. Breath in, you hold. Breath out, draw the tummy in again, and roll and restack, feeling a little taller through the spine. Breath in here, breath out, chin to chest, navel pulls in, reaching forward, 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 navel pulls in and tucks under the ribs. Breath in and a breath out, roll and restack, looking to find a stretch through the back of the legs. 2 more here, chin to chest, navel pulls in, breath out, you reach for the toes, arms stay parallel to the floor. Breath in, you will hold. And a breath out, roll all the way back up to sitting tall. Last one here, big breath in, breath out, chin to chest, navel pulls in, reaching forward, breath in, and a breath out, roll all the way back up to sitting tall. So now we're going to just shuffle a little further forward. I'd love you to put your feet on the edge of your mat, so that way you will feel if those legs start to twist and turn. If those legs start to twist and turn and you feel the feet slide off the mat, you just know there's a little too much movement through the pelvis. So your feet are on the outside corners of your mat. Your bottom is in the center, toes still point up to the ceiling, arms go out to a T. We have our saw coming our way. Can you breathe in and feel a little taller through the spine? Breathe out, melt the shoulders into your back pocket. Breath in, can you rotate to the right? Left hand reaches over for the right little toe, lifting back up diagonally and rotating back to the center. Breath in, let's rotate left. Right hand reaches over, saw off that left little toe. We lift and we rotate back to center. Breath in, we go to the right. Breath out, you reach up and over, saw off that toe. Lifting as you breathe in, breath out back to center. We rotate left. We reach as you breathe out. We lift and rotate back to center. 2 more. We rotate, breath in, breath out, reach up and over. We lift and bring it back home. Last one to the left. Rotate, lift up and over. Lift and back to center for me, guys. Bring the hands down, bring the legs together. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor, hands behind the knees, sitting up tall. Draw the tummy in. Let's roll and melt down. 1 vertebra at a time, lying flat on your back. Knees are bent. Feet are flat on the floor and evenly placed to each other. So now if we start to feel a little bit of movement through the legs, if they wobble in and out, you might like to bring the legs a little closer together and super glue those inner thighs. But a little gap between the legs is lovely if you can maintain that nice alignment through the legs. Hands relaxed by your side. A breath out as you tilt the pelvis, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips for your pelvic curl. Breath in when you get to the top, and a breath out, we roll and articulate down through the spine. So lifting as high as feels comfortable. If you have lower back issues, guys, you might not like to lift too high. You might just lift the bottom just a little ways off the mat, but rolling through towards the base of the shoulder blades. We don't need to roll any higher than that. Roll and articulate up as you breathe out. Breath in at the top and rolling and articulating down. Hips stay nicely stacked. So one hip isn't higher than the other. At the top for me, guys, hold that position at the top. As you breathe out, can you bring your ribs and hips a little closer together? Find a little extra squeeze of your glutes. And then the next breath out, roll and melt back down. We've got 3 more like that. Tilt the pelvis, squeeze the bottom, lift the hips. At the top, on the next breath out, draw the ribs and hips a little closer together. You want to feel like the tail pulls to the back of the knees And the next breath out, we roll and melt back down. Navel pulls in at the bottom. And a breath out, last one. Ribs and hips pull together. Squeeze your glutes. Lift the hips, articulating through the spine. A breath out, draw the ribs and hips a little closer together. Find that extra little squeeze and roll and articulate all the way back down to the mat. Keep the tail heavy on the mat. I like to think there's a plate of peas on my tummy, and you don't want those peas to roll around on that plate. So that neutral pelvis, that lower back could be flat, the lower back could be slightly arched. It's wherever your body is happy to keep. Hands interlaced behind the head. Find a little tuck of the chin. Look for a little double chin sort of feeling. Big breath in, you feel the lungs. And a breath out, ribs pull down to the hips as you lift head and shoulders. And we lower back down. A breath out to lift the chest. A breath in to lower the chest. So as much as it is a crunch, it is a chest lift for me, guys. I'd love you to focus more on the lengthening of the spine as opposed to the lifting of the chest. So you want to feel like the spine could just feel a little longer as the ribs and hips pull together. Tail stays heavy on the mat for me, guys. 3 more here. Breath out and a breath in. 2 to go. Lovely work. Last one, head and shoulders lift. I'd love you to keep the head and shoulders up off the mat. Now, if your neck gets tired, just relax the head and shoulders back down to the mat. Big breath in, fill the lungs. And as you breathe out, could you float that left leg to tabletop? Lower the left leg down. Just the left leg for me, please. Breath out, hinging from the hip. And a breath in, it lowers back down. So hinging just from the hip, the knee stays at the same angle. Nothing changes at the knee. There's just a deepening of that tummy in towards the spine to allow the leg to hinge from the hip. So just that left leg moving for 3 more. There's a breath out to float to tabletop. Breath in to lower back down. Again, if you need to relax the head back onto the mat, feel free. Last one here, left leg floats to tabletop, hold that left leg there. So we're going to start with the easier option. The right leg is going to stay on the mat. Breath in, you're going to lengthen that left leg out long. Breath out, bring the knee and nose together. Breath in, extend the left leg long. Breath out, bring the knee and nose together. Breath in, you extend. Breath out, you bring it in. So each breath out, you might lift millimeters higher through the chest. 1 more here. Hold that left leg in tabletop. So if you feel that you could progress the exercise, if you feel you'd like to make the exercise a little harder, you might lengthen that right leg out. Hold the right leg on an angle. Breath in, can you lengthen the left leg long? Breath out, you bring it back. Breath in, you lengthen the left leg out. Breath out, you bring it back. Breath in and a breath out. 2 more here and in. 1 more here and in. Keep that left leg where it is in tabletop. If you need to make it easier, bring the right leg back down to the floor. Left hand comes down to the mat as well. Keep the legs where they are. Breath out, bring the right elbow to the left knee. Breath in, bring it back to center. Breath out, right elbow, left knee. Breath in, bring it back to center. There's a breath out and a breath in. 1 more here. And then if you'd like to make it a little more challenging for the body, you could lengthen that right leg out again. And then on a breath out, bring the right elbow to the left knee. Bring it back to center. Right elbow, left knee. Bring it back. There are 4. Bring it back to center. There are 3. Bring it back to center. You have 2. 1 more here. Beautiful work. Fold that right leg down. Bring the left leg down. Relax head and shoulders down again. A little adjustment. We need to do it all again on the other side for us. So tail is heavy. Find that neutral pelvis. So a couple little tilts through the pelvis. So that plate of peas is going to rest nice and level on your hips. Hands behind your head again, that little tuck of the chin. And a breath out. We start with our chest lift, your crunch. Breath out, head and shoulders lift. Breath in, you lower back down. Again, focusing more on the lengthening through the spine. Tummy pulls in away from the clothing as you float the head. Keep that chin tucked to the chest. Breath out and a breath in. 4 more here. Bring it back down. 3 more here. Bring it back. Last 2. Last 1. Head and shoulders stay high. Again, if you need to relax the head back down to the mat, feel free. But otherwise, the right leg floats to tabletop. Right leg comes back down. Hinging again just from the hip. Knee stays at that 90-degree angle. Breath out and a breath in. Head and shoulders high for a little more challenge. Head and shoulders down on the mat for a little less challenge. Keep that right leg hinging. 5 more. Keep that pelvis nice and stable. Tummy pulls in away from the clothing as you breathe out. Pelvis stays nice and stable. Last 2. Last 1. Keeping that right leg in tabletop. Breath in, extend the right leg out long. Breath out, bring the knee and nose together. Breath in, extend that right leg. Breath out, knee and nose together. Breath in, you will extend. Breath out, you bring it home. 1 more here. Beautiful. Hold that right leg in tabletop. If you need a little more challenge, you could lengthen out that left leg. Right leg extends and comes back in. Breath in and a breath out. Tummy pulls in. Tummy pulls deeper. 3 more to go. Beautiful. Last 2. 1 more here. Bring the right leg back. Fold that left leg back down. Left hand stays behind the head. Right hand is on the floor by your side. Elbow pulls over to the right knee. And bring that left elbow back. Cutting that opposite elbow to knee. And bring it back. There's a breath out. And a breath in. 1 more here. Lovely. If you need a little more challenge, you could lengthen out that left leg again and still bringing that left elbow to the right knee. Bring it back to center. There's a breath out and a breath in. We've got 4. There are 3. Last 2. And 1 more here. Beautiful work. Bring the legs in. Relax the head down if it's not already. Couple rolls to the left. Couple rolls to the right. How are we feeling, guys? Good? Levering yourself up. Just a roll like a ball to finish with for me, guys. Grab the legs on top of the shins. Leaning back onto your sit bones. Toes are pointed onto the floor. I need you to curl into a C so your eyes look down towards your pubic bone. A little extra lean back. Can you float the right leg? Still holding on to that shin. Can you float the left leg? Still holding on to that left shin. Draw the tummy in a little deeper. Can you roll back to the shoulders and back up to the sit bones? 2 more for me, guys. Breath in. And a breath out. 1 more here. Breath in. And a breath out. Placing the legs down. Flipping over onto all 4s for me, please. Hands under shoulders. Knees under hips. A little cat-cow moment. Scoop the tummy around the spine. Separate the shoulder blades. Breath in and out, bring it back to neutral and beyond. Tail lifts up, as does the head. So if there were drinks on our heads, shoulders and tail, the drinks would all spill to the floor as you breathe out and arch the spine. And as you breathe in, bring it back to neutral. Let the sit bones open, let the head lift as well as the tail. One more here, a big cat stretch, separating the shoulder blades, scoop the tummy round the spine. Breath in and out, bring it back to neutral and beyond. Finding that neutral, toes tuck under, push back onto the feet and slowly rolling up for me, guys. Roll and articulate all the way up. There's a breath in at the top and a breath out, chin to chest, navel pulls in. Let's roll it down again, just like when we started. Hands, fingers in contact with the floor as you breathe in, and a breath out, scoop the tummy, press through the backs of the feet, rolling all the way back up to standing tall. One more here for me, guys. Chin to chest, navel pulls in, roll it all the way back down. Hands or fingers in contact with the floor, bending both knees as you breathe in and breathing out, extending both legs. Breath in, you will bend, bottom lowers a little. Breath out, look between the legs as you straighten. Two more, breath in and a breath out. Hopefully finding a little stretch through the back of the legs. One more here, lengthening out, soften both knees, and we roll and restack all the way back up to the top. At the top for me, guys, 3 little shoulder rolls, up and over, 2, last 1, reverse your shoulder rolls for 3, there is 2, last 1, and we are done for today. I hope you enjoyed the class, guys. We'll see you all next time. Bye for now.